besties, what's up? My name is Meg. Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we are going through what I read in a week as a mood reader. Low-key, I might be getting a little sick, so that's no fun. But to start off this video, I am currently about a quarter of the way through the last book in the Filthy Rich Vampires series, which is For Eternity. Not gonna lie, I kind of also want to change my background for my Kindle and maybe even change the pop socket. I love decorating the back of my Kindle. I use cardstock and everything. So honestly, we might go do that first. So come along. Okay, besties. This is my Kindle box. And I have a whole bunch of stickers. I've got Fourth Wing. I have just miscellaneous stickers. I got some of these stickers. These are all backings to all the pop sockets that I got. Soon we're going to be going on a trip to Georgia. So I think that I want to use the pop socket that is a little cowboy boot. I want to use this pop socket. So since we know that, we kind of want to stick to the theme of like pink, even though we've already done a pink one. So now we get to pick our color. We have lots of cardstock here. One of these. So which one? I kind of think we'll go with this one just because Easter is coming up and spring is almost here. So okay, so I just decorated the back of my Kindle. Some parts of it are still a little blank, but you know, I like to play it safe. I don't like things being covered up, so what you gonna do? So it is currently 1:04. We're gonna get to reading. Okay, besties, we are at chapter 25 in For Eternity. We're at 42%. I'm just very tired. I had a hard time falling asleep last night. Hi besties, so I filmed for about a good 10 minutes before I even realized that my mic was off. Yesterday I finished Filthy Rich Vampires For Eternity. You also saw me decorate my new Kindle cover. The book that we are going to currently read is Hideaway, which is a part of the Devil's Night series. If you saw my 24-hour challenge video, I read Corrupt by Penelope Douglas. It automatically starts the book with a quote, and we like it. It says, "A man cannot destroy the savage in him by denying its impulses. The only way to rid of temptation is to yield to it." Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I'm so excited. Okay, cool. And we are going to start reading. So we're back from all of our appointments, and now we had started the book Hideaway by Penelope Douglas on Kindle Unlimited, so we are going to continue with that. So bam. Also, I decided to read in my room for once because a little change of scenery. Okay, so I was reading Hideaway and I came across like a quote that like a lot of people highlighted, and I want to share it with you. It says, "And 8 days later he shows up on my mother's doorstep. He hands her $9,462, a Rolex, and some emerald earrings, and he takes me home with him." Oof, 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 oof. Wow. I am almost 30% of the way through, and we are going to continue to read. Besties, what's up? So yesterday, I don't know how much footage I was able to actually get. We did, however, read, and I already returned it to Kindle Unlimited, but we did read and complete Hideaway by Penelope Douglas. So I think today what we're gonna do is we are going to read I believe it's the next book. Next one is Kill Switch. So the Devil's Night series follows a bunch of different people. The first book, Corrupt, follows Michael and Rika, and then the second book, which I read yesterday, Hideaway, that follows Kai and Banks. And then Kill Switch follows Winter and Damon. Every time I hear Damon, I think of like Damon Salvatore from Vampire Diaries, not gonna lie. So that's what Kill Switch is going to be following. This video is what I read in a week as a mood reader. However, I think that because of the way that I am, I like to finish series kind of like as soon as possible. So since I already read Corrupt and Hideaway, I think we are going to start with Kill Switch. So we're gonna download Kill Switch from Kindle Unlimited. Also, all of these books are on Kindle Unlimited. Hi besties, what's up? So Mom and I went to the nail salon and we got a pedicure and stuff done. So while we were at the nail salon, I started Kill Switch by Penelope Douglas. I didn't get very far. I got 9% in. I'm 9% in. Like, obviously didn't get very far. Good morning, besties. I'm tired. We need a pink slush Alani. Put it in my Meg. Easy. And then, oh, love that sound. I started Kill Switch. I'm 93% of the way through. And before I go any further, I wanted to read some quotes. I highlighted a quote and it said, "Life felt like hell because we expected it to feel like heaven." That's the only thing I highlighted out of this book. I could have swore that I highlighted more. I highlighted a lot in Hideaway, not gonna lie. So anyways, we are going to finish Kill Switch and then we're going to read the next one in the series. Okay, so we just finished Kill Switch. Literally, I could have, I don't know why, but I literally could have finished that so easily last night. Like, it was at like 1:30 in the morning, and it only took me less than 10 minutes. We're starting up Conclave. Okay, we are on to part 1. Okay, wow, so I really should have timed that, but I just finished Conclave. It was very, very short. Such a short novella we loved. I've lately been playing the game Heyday. Bestie Sam got us hooked on it. So, Bestie Sam, it's all your fault. We're gonna read Nightfall. This is the first time they've ever given a map. Oh, I love this. It's from Peter Pan. It says, "You need not be sorry for her. She was one of the kind that likes to grow up. In the end, she grew up of her own free will, a day quicker than the other girls." We are 42% of the way through this book, and I'm hungry. I'm also very tired. Good morning, besties. What is up? Yesterday, I had started 2 books. Well, one was a novella. Yesterday, I had read Conclave, and then I also read Nightfall. So yeah. So we have essentially completed the Devil's Night series. They do have a final novella that is called Fire Night. And from what it looks like is it's almost like a Christmas It says tonight we're pulling on a different mask. Some call it midwinter, others call it Yule, we call it Fire Night. And it's a 118 page novella. Okay, so basically what this one is from someone's comment is essentially that it's like the groundwork for possible spin-off series. So bam! Today I woke up and I'm really not feeling the best. I have to start writing my little prompts and everything for my reading journal, so I think I'm gonna do that, and then we shall get into another book. What book that might be, I don't know. We're gonna just have to wait and see, because we know that Chagirl is a mood reader. So we did do 2 things. That's 4 things. 2 things. Don't include my thumb. 2 things. We filled out both our Notion with all the new books that we had added, or that we had read from Kindle Unlimited. So we added all of that information into our Notion, so that way our databases are up to date. And then we also, while these books are still kind of fresh in our mind, we did start filling out the reviews for, or like my personal views and thoughts and everything towards each of the books that I have read so far. So I had to write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. I had to write 7 of them. And because we're so early in the month, I didn't want to wait till the very end. So, but now, what do I want to read? I don't know what I want to read now. What am I in the mood for? Hello? So I think I picked a book to read, and it's called Feathers So Vicious. I believe it's a duology because there's 2 of them, but this one is, and it's a part of the Court of Ravens series. So it says, more treacherous than war are battles within a heart. Perched between branches and shadows, we watch, we scheme, fighting for a kingdom forgotten and forlorn, until we rip her away with our claws, our prisoner, our pawn, our plaything. She's innocent and pure, fragile and helpless, but oh so guilty by blood. She calls us beasts, wicked and evil, vicious and cruel. We are all that and worse. One of us offers her shelter beneath his wings, whispering promises of pleasure, seeking redemption. The other longs to shatter her into a million pieces, whispering promises of pain, seeking revenge. Caught between our feathers, she endures our deranged desires, our secrets, our lies, our twisted plans. Will she surrender to our darkness or fight for a destiny growing ever elusive? Welcome to the Court of Ravens, Little White Dove. We are going to start it. Love when they give me a map, because I have no idea what to do with it. Really love when they give me a map. Chapter 1 is literally a content warning, and then it goes into chapter 2. So technically chapter 2 is chapter 1, because the content warning was chapter 1. Oh my gosh, I can't with myself. Reading time. Okay, I have another out of context quote, and it says, life marks us all in one way or another. Sebin dunked the cloth into the water. The only scars truly ugly are usually the ones on the inside anyway. Bro, what? I mean, he's not wrong, but like, what? Okay, so far we're at 31%, and I'm not sure how I'm liking it. Also, I have oh, my tongue's not blue yet. I have a blue Jolly Rancher, because I only like the blues. So, we order off of Amazon literally just a bag full of blue raspberry Jolly Ranchers, because they were my favorite. I'm so quirky. Oh my god, I hate myself for that. I think I'm gonna keep reading. If I get to 50% and I'm still unsure, I might DNF. I don't know if it's just because like right now it's a lot of background. We are 53% of the way through. I'm so confused as to what's gonna happen. Bro, I'm so confused. I don't know what's gonna happen. I keep reading and I'm just like, I'm lost. Like when I read Haunting and Hunting Adeline, I thought that was bad. Bro, this might be worse. At least with like Haunting and Hunting Adeline, I kind of like knew at least what was gonna happen. This, I have absolutely no clue. No clue what's gonna happen. I'm literally shocked. And like, I don't think I could stop reading it because I want to know what happened. My curiosity just gets the better of me, and it literally, right now, it's literally telling me like, oh, you have to read it. You have to read it. You have to read it. You have to find out what happens. And it's like, but like the that's going down. This is definitely like a 5-star pepper scale.
Bam!
I'm at a loss for words. Literally at a loss. I don't know what to do. Obviously we have to continue because we have to know what happens. We're just genuinely such a curious mind. Also, out of context, an apple was used as a weapon. Like, what? Okay, I think I'm done now. I'm gonna shut up and continue reading. Okay, we're 74% of the way through the book. Still, oh my gosh. Literally, I don't know how I can say this, but like every time I think I know what's gonna happen, I don't. Like it just doesn't happen. And I'm banking on something to happen that I think might happen, but I'm not sure. I'm at a loss for words right now. Like every time I think I know it's gonna happen, it doesn't happen. And I'm just kind of like baffled right now. Like really baffled? I don't know. I'm like literally shaking because I just don't know what's going to happen. Oh my gosh. Another out of context quote. The longer you make me look at you, little dove, the harder it is for me to remember what you are. And I fear if I look too long, I might just forget who you are. I'm shocked. Normally, I'm really good at like telling where these books are gonna go, but like for some reason this book just, it's got me so confused. I'm so confused. I feel, yeah, great. Okay, we're at 97%, and bro, we still don't know what's gonna happen. Friends, besties. So I was explaining to them essentially the entire plot because they're not gonna read these books. I was explaining to them at dinner what the book was about, and I was sitting there and I was trying to figure out what to say, and Dad's like, you can leave out all the anal foreplay. Or something along those lines. And I just like hung my head. I was just like, no, this can't be.
Oh, hello. Now you want to come and join me, huh? I'm really sweaty right now. Ow.
But yes, so anyways, all right, on to reading. Good morning, besties. Well, yeah, it's still morning. 11:07. We have today and then tomorrow before we are done with this video. I'm about 3/4 of the way through the book. I don't know why, but I'm not liking the relationship between two of the characters. It's very dirty, but I really dislike the little threesome and I hate it. I hate it very much. Anyways, we're gonna continue reading. Oh my gosh, a war has erupted. Literally, I'm at 86%. I don't know how this book is gonna end once again. Like, I feel like, ah! Also, my niece is here, so if you hear like baby noises or my parents talking, like that's why they're talking to my niece. Just so much is happening, and I'm like, I feel like this book could go on longer. I'm just so genuinely curious how they're gonna finish it up when I'm at 86%. Like, what is going to happen? Oh my god, I'm literally like, oh my god, so much is happening. We just finished Shadows So Cruel. Ah, crap, I keep opening the book when I'm trying to return it to Kindle Unlimited. Nope, I'm still opening the book. It's annoying because like the little 3 dots are like so far in the corner, so I open the book like 4 or 5 times before I can return it to Kindle Unlimited. I enjoyed this one, however I definitely do not think that this is 5-star. I enjoyed it. I want to give it like a 3.75, so not exactly a 4-star, but we'll just give it 4 stars because, so we just finished that. But definitely the first book was 5 stars for me, just for the fact that the betrayal, like I kept thinking like, oh, this will happen, and then it did happen, but then there were things that like went into it and just I don't know. Now what to read? Because we have today and tomorrow. I will update you when I know what I want. Okay, besties, we finally picked out what we're gonna read. We decided that we are going to read Kiss of the Basilisk. If you have seen, it's technically not out yet. It comes out next week, I believe. Yeah, next week. It comes out from when I'm filming this, it comes out next week. But you'll see that I got the Kiss of the Basilisk, and I have a really pretty like sprayed edges, everything like that. And I was afraid that I was gonna have to buy the copy, but it's offered on Kindle Unlimited. So we are going to read that. Yeah, I was afraid that I was gonna have to buy it. We are going to be reading Kiss of the Basilisk. Alright, so 20-year-old Temperance Ferris has never been kissed, but that's what the basilisk is for. Along with 13 other contestants, Tem must train with the basilisk to learn the power of seduction and win the prince's hand in marriage. When Tem is matched with Caspian, the Serpent King, she realizes she might actually stand a chance, but with tensions rising between the basilisks and the humans, Tem is suddenly torn in two directions. As her bond with the Caspian deepens, so does her connection with the prince. When she uncovers a terrible secret about the royal family, Tem finds herself caught between two worlds, neither of which she can survive without. That's what it's about. We are on part 1. It's not a book that I would like for my mother to read after me, due to the fact that I don't know if she could look me in the eyes afterwards and be like, oh my god. I don't know how Larry and her mom do it. I told them off camera, but I'm calling it right now. I think I know what's gonna happen. I think I know. I just know. So we are checking on our farm on Heyday. I'm checking on my farm. Bro, okay, so this, honestly, I think this is one of the smuttiest books that I have ever read, and I'm only on chapter 3. And now they're going to church. I can't, that's hilarious. You can't tell me that that's not funny, because it's hilarious. I'm gonna go back to reading. Okay, so this isn't spoiler in any way, but they pray to a goddess who is Cora, and she's the goddess of fertility, which is why they're like in the trainings. So now that kind of makes more sense than what I was thinking. That makes a lot more sense. Alright, besties, so for Kiss of the Basilisk, right? Basilisk. It almost looks like basilisk. I have a theory about everything. Like, I can clearly see it. I can clearly see the path that it's going down. However, it is very foggy. It is very, very foggy. I can see the path though. It's almost like you can make out what's beyond the fog, but like, I don't know, bro. Like, I have a theory for how this book will end, but we are only 17% of the way through, and I swear to god, I think this is the smuttiest book that I've read thus far. There's plot, but like, I feel like the overarching theme is smut. That's just my observational skills. I really think that it's going how I think it's gonna go. I just really hope that, what's the word? Like, I really hope that I'm right, but at the same time, I'm kind of like, I really would like to be like shocked, like I was with Feathers So Vicious or whatever it was. Like, I want the betrayal, I want the plot twist, I want something that makes me like yearn for more, you know? But 100% great book so far. We're loving every minute. Okay, besties, so we're reading, and out of context quote, "Am I not allowed to protect you?" he murmured. "You are," she murmured back. "I just didn't realize you wanted to." Caspian held her gaze. "Protecting you is only the beginning of what I want to do." Oh my god. I feel so giddy, like, we're only on chapter 13. We're almost 30% of the way through.
Bam!
Hi besties, what is up? We are 51% of the way through Kiss of the Basilisk. Every other scene, obviously, smut. Can clearly see the path. However, there is a bunch of fog covering said path. But it's like I can see it. I can see where it's going. How we get there, I have no idea. And therefore, I am very curious. So... Hi besties, what's up? Good morning. It is currently 11:07 on our last day of what we read as a mood reader. Okay, bro, so they literally just announced the thing that I was like, oh, that's it, that's theory that it was. I was right. Once again, I was right. We are officially on to part 2. We are at 77%. We are at 91%. We are in the final stretch. I can see the end. I might be able to see how it ends. I don't know, it's still foggy. The path is still clear. Path is still clear. I'm at 91%! We're almost done! Okay, besties, so we just finished Kiss the Basilisk, and I think that I am going to end this video here. So just a recap of all the books that we had done, or that we had read over this week. So we finished For Eternity, that was a part of the Filthy Rich Vampire series, which I gave 4 stars. We finished Hideaway, which is a part of the Devil's Night series. I gave that 3 stars. Kill Switch, 4 stars. We gave Conclave, which is a novella in the Devil's Night series, 3 stars. Nightfall got 4 stars. Feathers So Vicious, which was a part of Court of Ravens, we gave 5 stars. And then Shadows So Cruel, we gave 4 stars. And now Kiss of the Basilisk, we gave 4 stars. So ultimately, we read 8 books for this video. I hope you enjoyed watching today's video. Thank you so much for watching in the first place. Do all the YouTube things you know how to do, and I will see you in a bit. Bye!